Hello, this is Coach Chavez, the director of NLU, and I want to take this time and address a few things as it relates to NLU. I know many of you have had questions, and so I want to take this time and answer these questions. At the end of this video, if there's something that you have a question about that I did not answer, please post it in your group, so therefore I can't answer it. So how we end up proceeding forward with the season is we are going to start out with Zoom workouts. We're not going to get in the gym right away because of the fact that over the last 2 months, regardless of what type of family you are, your kid is not in game shape and they're not really ready to be on the court. So we're going to take the next 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks, and focus on having Zoom workouts. The Zoom workouts will be on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays from 7:30 to about 8:15, 8:20. These workouts will be ran by me or Coach Brandon, and the workouts will be non-stop workouts during that duration. For at least the first 2 workouts, the kids will not need a basketball. It will simply be stuff like push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks, calf raises, squats, workouts like that. And so your kid won't need a basketball. They'll simply need a space that is big enough to, whenever they stretch their arms out, that they can't touch on either side. So if you have an office space or if you have a small room that they can go to, whatever the case may be. But the biggest thing that we need is we need them to be in a place to where they won't be distracted for that particular time frame. Because our goal is during this time frame is to get them up a good sweat and help them to slowly but surely get back in shape. We understand that majority of kids haven't been working out, and even if they have been working out, the workouts haven't been nothing like basketball practice or nothing equivalent to basketball practice. So we want to be strategic. We have a few kids on just about every team that has asthma, and so we want to be very cautious with this COVID. I actually have asthma, and so I want to be very cautious in making sure that we have both you in mind and your kid in mind throughout this pandemic. So once again, we're going to do Zoom workouts. I will post the link in your particular team group, so therefore you'll be able to do the workout. Okay? Once again, it'll be from 7:30 to about 8:15, 8:20, and the first workout will actually start tomorrow, which is Wednesday. So Wednesday at 7:30 will be the first workout. As I briefly mentioned, we'll do the workouts online for about 2 weeks, and then about that second week in June is where we're going to work our way back into the gym and actually start practicing in the gym. The biggest reason why I want to do this is because not only are the kids not in shape, but I also want to be very, very aware of no kids getting hurt throughout this process. I want to make sure that our kids are healthy and that we're continuing to live out what NLU believes in, which is the CASIN, which means continuous improvement. So if we go too quick into this, we run a risk of your child possibly getting hurt. And the last thing that I want to do is have your kid get an injury because we didn't take the fact that they aren't in shape seriously. Yes, I do understand that they're young. I do understand that they have plenty of energy. But we got to realize and understand that although your kids are young and got plenty of energy, they're also human. And so with them being human, they still are susceptible to getting hurt. And so we want to make sure that they're healthy and that we're continuing to progress along and that there's no injuries, nor mental or physical. Because what parents fail to realize, and even us coaches fail to realize, is an injury takes more toll on a kid's mental capacity than their physical capacity. A lot of times your body heals way before your mind. You become hesitant, and so we don't want that for any of our kids. So we're gonna about the second week in June is when we're gonna start getting back in the gym and actually having official practice. As far as the locations, we have a couple of different locations that we're looking at. We will confirm exactly where that's going to be in about a week or so once we know exactly what's going on with COVID-19, because everything is kind of a question mark. The OSSAA is kind of unaware, even with the NCAA on the high school boys and girls side of things. They don't even make their decision until tomorrow, Wednesday. So everything is kind of a question mark right now. We have a couple possibilities of where we could practice, but it's still a question mark. So as soon as we know, we'll let you know what our options are and where we'll be practicing. For our elite teams that are scheduled to travel outside of the state, we're looking at two things. For the older teams that are going to be on the Adidas circuit, they're supposed to make their decision sometime this week as far as what that schedule looks like. So we will know, for the teams that are on Adidas, we'll know exactly how far we can go, or if we're even going to be able to be on the Adidas circuit this year. And for the teams that aren't on the Adidas circuit that plan to travel, what'll happen is your coach will have a conversation with you as a group and as a team for you to decide in regards to how far you travel. I know one place that the most of the boys will probably go is, assuming that COVID-19 is everything's okay and to travel, is we'll definitely be going to MAYB Nationals, which is the last weekend in July. So for the boys, it's in Wichita, Kansas area, and for the girls, it's in Oklahoma City. I know we would want to at least make that trip, but as far as any other trips, it will be at the discretion of the particular team and that particular coach. And the reason why I'm not making a decision as a director on this is because I don't want to put pressure on anybody or make people have to go. If you don't feel comfortable traveling, I don't want it coming down from me that, yes, everybody's going here. Because even for myself, I'm not necessarily comfortable doing certain things. So I want to make sure that you and your team is all on one page and all on one accord to know in regards to how far you guys are going to travel. So what I'll be doing is, as a director of the program, I'll be checking with each particular coach and communicating that out as far as how far each particular team is going to travel. So therefore, everybody's on the same page, and different teams don't feel like they're being slighted because they're not going as far as another team. So once again, the decision is going to come from the coach and the parents as a collective group. So therefore, as individual teams, I know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that you feel comfortable traveling the distance that you want to travel. So the next thing that I need you to do is, I need you to go to one of your electronic devices, whether it's your phone, your iPad, or your laptop, and download the Zoom app. Our expectation is that kids are on this call from 7:30 to 8:15, 8:20. That 8th grade, both the select and elite team, that the 4th grade, both elected and select and elite team, that the 8th grade girls team, and that the 5th grade boys team are on this. All the other, and also the 6th grade girls. Those particular teams, the expectation is that you're a part of this call every time we have it. Now, we have a couple of other teams that will be doing this as well, but they have actually chosen to do it themselves, and their coach actually run it. So, just to let you know that those particular teams are expected to be on this call. I want the kids. Another two things that's expected is, one, that their video is on, and two, that I can see their video whenever it is playing. So therefore, if they're doing something wrong, I have the ability to be able to correct them in real time. Now, it's going to seem as if I'm calling kids out. My intent is not to call kids out, because it's a video call. If I say something to somebody, everybody's going to hear it. So tell your kids, and I'm telling you, don't Don't be embarrassed, and don't tell your kids to not be embarrassed. I just want to make sure they're doing the workout right, and I also want to make sure they're getting a good workout in. This is going to be fun, It's going to be a time to where different kids will see kids that they've never seen before, and it's going to be a time for us to grow, not only as individual teams, but as one big group, as a family, like what we originally wanted to do. So if you have any questions that I did not answer according to this video, please post it in your group, and either me or Coach Brandon will answer those questions for you. All right? I look forward to working y'all out, and more than anything, man, I look forward to taking it to the next level. We ready? We ready? We ready? We ready? I hope y'all ready. Because you know what? It's time to take it to the next level. Let's go.